guys, how you doing? For those of you that don't know me, my name is Zach Wolf, and I'm an artist from Portland, Oregon. Hence why I'm wearing my Blazer shirt today. So I've decided that I'm going to do a video blog once a month. I really want my fans to know who I am and to connect with me as a person. I think it's really important as an artist to bring things down to the same level, so people never feel like you're creating this stuff that's just super out there and ethereal and they can't connect with it. I really want people to know where my songs came from when I was writing them, and kind of my journey up to this point and along the journey as well. So this is my first one. Just coming out a little cold. It's a little rainy in Portland, Oregon right now, so everyone's sick unfortunately. But yeah, so this is one take. This isn't rehearsed. I don't have a script right now. This is all just from my heart to yours, which is a little scary. I don't do things like this, obviously, normally. When I write, songs, whether it's in the studio, it's obviously, it's a song you've written previously, and you get 20 takes in the studio, and even live, you rehearse for a live performance, obviously. And so I don't do things like this, but bear with me. I want it to be real. I want it to be something that you can connect with as a fan, where you just know me a little bit better as a person. So I'm just going to tell you my story. So I started writing music when I was about 12, which is like pretty young. But when I was younger, I don't know what to call it, whether it was like kind of an acute depression thing, but I struggled with being sad as a kid, especially when I was in middle school. So when I was like 11, 12, 13, I was a really emotional kid, and a lot of ups and downs. And so I knew how to play guitar minimally, I knew how to sing very minimally, and I just decided to write. I just started to write just to kind of process what I was going through, whether it was about a girl or a breakup, or just what I was feeling. Like I remember one of my first songs, it's kind of funny, but it was called Desperate Pain, and it was about just how I felt, that I just felt super depressed and I felt super confused and just kind of the emotions of growing up. So that's when I started writing, and I kept going. It kept being kind of a therapeutic thing for me all throughout middle school and high school, and I didn't really bring it to people. I didn't really perform. I showed my parents and my family, and they were always super sweet about it, obviously, but your family doesn't know what to think of your own art because it's kind of real for them, and they're kind of probably worried, like, why is Zach writing all these depressed songs all the time? But it's just where I was at, and it's fine. Obviously you don't want to stay in those places, but we go through them, and so it's just part of it, part of life. And so anyways, yeah, I started writing, and then when I was in college is when I really kind of knew that I really wanted to pursue music as a career. A little backstory on my family: both my parents are lawyers, and so I told them that I was gonna do music as a career, and both of them were obviously supportive of me as an individual, but pretty freaked out just because no one in my family actually has ever gone outside of the profession of law. Like, really, my parents are lawyers, my sister's a lawyer, my grandpa's a lawyer, everyone's a lawyer, and so no one in my family that I know of has ever been an artist or done art for a career, and so that was pretty scary for my family and for me, just because no one in my family knew how to do it, and so I definitely had to kind of like Lewis and Clark pave that trail for the first time thing. So yeah, so when I was in college, I decided I wanted to do it full time. So I started writing a lot. I started, really working on vocals. That's when I started to really train my voice and actually learn how to sing well, and not just in a way that destroyed my vocal cords every time I sing. And then my senior year of college was a super, super rough time in my life. A couple different things going on. Long story short, I started to struggle with major clinical depression, pretty intense anxiety, kind of like clinical OCD stuff. And I went on medication for a while, or I started to go on medication then, and it was a really hard time. It was a time where I battled depression intensely. I fought for my own life. I felt like I was getting my life taken away from me in a lot of ways, and I feel like I kind of nearly lost my life in that period. I really struggled with my own life worth and why I was here, and it was deeper than that for sure, but those were the thoughts, and I felt like I was battling for my life. And so music, long story short, came out of my senior year of college. I almost failed out of college. I literally had to go to my professors 2 weeks before the last semester ended, and I literally had to beg my teachers to give me extra credit so I wouldn't fail out of college my last semester. It was like that bad. I was doing horribly and everything. And then I graduated barely. Super thankful that I barely graduated, but I graduated. And then, long story short, I was in a relationship at the time. Me and my girlfriend broke up. I was starting a business, like a side business, kind of an app development thing, and that fell apart. And what was going to be my life, I was going to full-time pursue music in LA and live there, because that's where I was going to school in LA. And everything fell apart. My relationship, my work things, everything, my living situation. And so I ended up moving home to Portland, and I felt like everything in my life had ended. I felt like there was no purpose. I was like, why am I here? Everything I've been through, it was hell, and I was still on a lot of medication for anxiety, and it sucked. And my dad came to me, of all people, the lawyer, and he said that he felt like I should start producing my first album. And so I ended up taking some online classes on basic production, music production, and I ended up self-producing and writing my entire first album. And honestly, that was the thing that kept me going. Every day, I felt like I had no point. I felt super hopeless, and I was struggling with mental health, intensely still. But I just started to write, and I started to record, and I started to learn how to produce. And long story short, I self-produced my entire first album. By grace, definitely. It was not an easy task. It was a lot of days I would just get 45 minutes done of vocal tracking, and then I would just take a 3-hour nap because I was so mentally just out of it all the time. And so then I really feel like it was producing that album that kind of gave me my life back. And so that's why my first album's called The Hunt, because I felt like it was the hunt for my life. It was the hunt for health again. It was the hunt for purpose again. And that album truly got me out of a hole, because it forced me to pursue something that was greater than me. And it also forced me to learn to take my pain and to bring it to a level where other people could relate to and step into and bring their pain to that song and say okay, I've been there and I feel that, and that's real. So my songs, I don't ever write them from a place of putting on a show. I don't ever write them from a place of this will sound cool. And of course there's moments of you get excited about a certain sound or a little melody you come up with, but ultimately I write because it's what I've been through, and I write because I want other people to understand it. And so long story short, after that, I ended up getting signed to an artist manager out in London, who I met kind of a time before that, and she showed interest in my music and graciously signed me, and it's been a journey since then. So since then I've been working in and out of London, and I kind of been there a couple times now. I got to produce out of a studio in Italy, which was super cool. And so I'm on the journey right now of producing an EP, 5-track EP that I'll start releasing singles for, hopefully in the next 2-3 months. I don't know, the timeline's kind of hard. Finishing up production on those. We produced those in the UK, and it's where I'm at. It's where I'm at right now, and I'm still working on music, and I'm still moving it towards what I want it to be. But I hope this video helps kind of explain my journey and where I've been and where I'm going, and I hope we're doing a show soon coming up. This is kind of the first announcement for it, May 26th. We're doing a show in Portland. It's a benefit concert for a group that helps refugees in the city of Portland kind of normalize to regular life after they moved here from wherever. And it's going to be May 26th, 7 p.m. at this church called First Baptist. It's kind of an old church downtown Portland that they kind of use as a venue and for different things. Yeah, it's going to be up on my website in a week or so, and I'd love to see you guys out there. I'd love to connect with you, talk with you. If you're going through anything similar to what I went through, hold on, there's hope, there is light. I'm at a place now, just in my journey of recovery, where I still am on some anxiety medication. I'm not, off of it, but I'm on less, and I'm doing a lot better, and life's better when you don't do it alone. So just find people to be with you in that time. And yeah, thanks for listening. Please feel free to leave comments below, or even send me an email through my website. You can sign up for my mailing list, and then you can actually just send that email to there, and I'll end up seeing the actual email, so I can reply and talk to you and see what's going on. I'd love to connect with you guys. And yeah, thanks for listening so much, and have a good day.
I need you close, I need you now.